the oven to 400. In your bowl, place 1 cup of salt, sea salt, and 1 cup of pink Himalayan salt, 1 tablespoon of parsley, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, and half a teaspoon of roasted garlic powder. Also going to throw in my special little blend that I made here. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons. After your second tablespoon is in, give it a light toss and mix it together. Try to get it mixed thoroughly and get those little lumps out. We're adding tablespoons of water until you have a sand-like consistency. Just a little bit at a time. And give it a mix up until it's sand-like. A nice sand-like texture. It's about 2 tablespoons. 1/3 of the salt mixture on a parchment paper. Flatten it out the surface of the potatoes. Place in the baking sheet and begin to flatten out so it covers the bottom. Add your potatoes. And cover with the rest of the mixture. Make sure that you press the salt down nice and firm in between the potatoes, and then cover it, the parchment paper, and then take aluminum foil and cover that as well. If you're like me and you don't want to use aluminum foil, take the time to carefully flip over the parchment paper and make sure you have enough parchment paper to flip over, and then give it a good press down again. Make sure that salt and those potatoes are in there nice and tight. Then it goes into the 400-degree oven that's been preheated for 45 minutes to an hour, giving time for the steam and the water and the salt to rise through the potato and all those herbal flavors. Now with the leftover bowl, I like to make the lentils with the dandelion leaves. So we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of olive oil or coconut oil, chopped onion, 1 full chopped onion. This is where you can add 4 cloves of garlic. I use an infused olive oil with garlic, so my garlic's already in there. 1 tablespoon of parsley, a teaspoon of celery seed, 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Add these ingredients to a saucepan or a frying pan and warm up until the onions are soft. I added a little bit of squash for color and flavor. In a side bowl, you can measure out 2 cups of French lentils, or you can use something else. I'm using 5-grain tri-melody. Add 6 cups of water after everything is softened. This is where you add your lentils or your grains. I also added a 1/4 cup of red lentils and now a handful of kale, and then the rest I'm going to use in dehydrates. It calls for 1 bunch of greens. Now give her a stir. Make sure everything has some juice and flavor on it. Cover up and let her simmer for about 15 minutes, which is about the time the potatoes will be done. Red lentil bread. 2 ingredients. 1 cup of red lentils. 2 cups of hot water, and let steep for 15 minutes. Almost forgot. 2 bay leaves. Now cover and simmer. Healing drink that tastes great. A couple of slices of lime. Half pineapple juice. And the other half cranberry juice. Yummy. And now you can enjoy. Rinse out your lentils and your grains. Take the potatoes out and flip them onto a plate and let them sit for 10 minutes. Once they've rested, you can open them up, crack off the salt. The salt, and you get the potatoes out. You can disregard the salt, you can throw it out, or you can let it cool and add some other essential oils to it and add it to your bath so you don't have anything go to waste, because everything in here can heal and help detoxify your body as well. Let the lentils soak for 15 minutes. I'm going to put them in the blender. Blend, blend, blend. Start on low and work it up to high. If you're nervous about it not being soft enough, you can cook your lentils for a couple minutes before you put them in. So all the water goes in. Let the mix is nice and smooth and creamy. You really don't have to put it through the boiling process. I just know that some people will get finicky with their lentils. I find that if I boil them, they become too mushy. Get your frying pan nice and hot. Pour the mixture out and get it evenly along the pans. When your pan gets hot, you'll notice it starts cooking faster and faster. And what you're looking for is the bubbles on the top to look like a pancake consistency. You know, like that. But they'll get nice and nice, just like a pancake. Feel free to pop any air bubbles if they get too high. But as you can see, it's starting to get to that consistency. It's losing that shine. Don't feel bad just to let it go for a little bit longer. These don't tend to burn very easily. And even if they do, it gives it a nice flavor. Now, I'm going to admit, it takes a little bit getting used to with these lentils. Flatbreads. My first one I made a big mess of. This is my second one. I made it smaller. And you gotta leave it. Like, I keep thinking I'm gonna burn it, and this is on high heat. But they're very nice. They're like soft. As you can see, this is from my first one. But this is as you can see, there's a nice firmness to it. And once that one side gets cooked and you flip it over, it goes quickly. I'll show you my stack at the end when they're all done. In memory of the first red lentil flatbread that didn't work out, it is going to the compost pile. Rest in peace. I got 7 flatbreads out of that. This is their consistency. They're really nice. And they're soft. Like, they're not like too brittle or hard. I mean, if you want to, if you like do them like a extra crispy, you can. But that takes a little extra while. Gives me my little burn hole. But yeah, and I ditched my very first one. So they're so tasty. I'm ready to go enjoy my dinner because I've already been picking at it. I put a smaller portion on, but can't wait. It's so delicious. I hope you enjoy this recipe and you enjoy it. It's Paw Paw potatoes with lentils, grains, and greens.